Hey,
We're
Human Air, and you're listening to Local Vibes.
Thank you so much for joining us, Human Air. How are you feeling? How are we doing?
Doing great.
Doing good.
Vibe is amazing.
A great local vibe here.
It's a very great local vibe.
Yeah.
So who are we with? What is the origins of Human Air? How did you guys meet each other? What brought you to the genre? Just tell us a little bit more about yourselves.
We met in elementary school, and I don't know, these two kind of had beef in elementary school, but then the beef got squashed. We came to high school together, beef was squashed, and then we just started making music together, and then it became Human Air.
Yeah, I mean, it started out as Untitled Tracks, which was Will
just
and
us two.
First name, or like before Human Air. That's what the rap group was called, I guess. And then Will was still friends with Avi, and I kind of squashed the beef. And then I was like, "Hey, you're good at rapping. You should come join."
Yeah.
So that's how Human Air came to be.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I want to learn more about the transition from Untitled Tracks to Human Air. Was there kind of a shift in sound once you switched the names at all?
For sure. I feel like with Untitled Tracks, it was like literally we were just like 14 making like just like the rarest beats that like just sounded so weird, and like we just like we had such different like influences kind of with like rap and stuff. So we we have like two albums under Untitled Tracks that are like down in the depths of the internet somewhere. And there was definitely, we went from more of like or less of like trap sort of to more like lyrical and stuff, and like a little more alternative with the shift.
Definitely. That's like Untitled Tracks was more like I don't know how to describe it other than like we were just like messing around kind of. Like we weren't like taking it too seriously, even though we wanted to take it really seriously. It like was something that we cared a lot about, but clearly we both kind of knew that we weren't good at it like yet. So we were just like, well, this is what we made. Like this is what we got.
Yeah, basically like imagine two 14-year-olds like making their first rap project, trying to be like Earl Sweatshirt and Brockhampton, and it like and making like 15 songs on the album, and it's just like that was basically how it was. So
Yeah. And you know, there aren't many 14-year-olds that are making alternative hip hop, right? And I'd like to hear more about those groups in addition to Brockhampton and Earl Sweatshirt. You know, what stood out to you? Was it the genre? Was it the people? Was it the content that was generated out of it? What was that like?
Yeah, I feel like it was like just the artists within the genre. Like we were all super into Earl Sweatshirt and like Tyler Creator, Odd Future, all that stuff. Like growing up and in high school and stuff. I wasn't as into Brockhampton, but like Wilson was very much into Brockhampton, and it like definitely shows. Like not to put you on blast like that, but like it was like it definitely showed, and like it was kind of just cool to like hear something different, I guess. Or I guess it was also just kind of the way we grew up, like our parents being into like more alternative music. Like
yeah, it was like I think we both really liked rap like as a basis, but we weren't really sure like what about it that it is that we like so much, because I think we just kind of like we just wanted to rap, and like that's why our first like project or like album together was so varied, because it was just like we could go really like lyrical, or just like, you know, something that sounds like cool, or something that sounds like sad, you know, like we were just like trying anything. So it was more like rap was just the basis for a bunch of different ideas kind of.
yeah.
So earlier you'd mentioned that there was a point where you wanted to take rap seriously, and there was a long period of time where it wasn't quite like that. So what was that shift? You know, when and why did you take it seriously?
It started to be like, I feel like it was just like really fun, like the three of us like making music like all the time, like going to Wilson's house and just like making tracks a lot. And like we started playing a few random shows like around, and I feel like that was what really like kicked it in for us. Like during the pandemic, like we were like really locked in, and like when we were making Split in Two, we like stayed at this Airbnb for like 3 or 4 days and just like grinded, and we were just like super, just got super serious about it. And yeah, I feel like it was just the like starting to get like traction, like even though it was just like, you know, we had like 200 followers on Instagram and like played a couple shows, but
Yeah, I think the seriousness of it came from like us wanting to make it like a bigger deal and like get like listeners to like hear what we were doing, basically.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it kind of went backwards. Like, I feel like when we were younger, or a lot younger, it was kind of like, we're gonna take this super seriously. Like, I really gotta care about like what I like write, and like what would take like months to write a verse and stuff like that. And like, kind of like the older I get, I feel like the less serious I take it, but the more like, I don't know, the more knowledge I have behind it, I guess, and the more like, I don't know, it's a different kind of dedication like now than what it was before. Like, it's almost like it's like too late now. Like, I've done it for so long, so like,
yeah, you can't stop.
we all gotta go.
You can't stop, but like at this, like before, like you were saying, we don't take it as seriously because it's just kind of like become a routine, I think, of like how we make music, and that's like we found our sound, whereas like before we were just like searching for it, and now we're like very confident in what we make, I think, which is why it feels like it's not as hard, or like we don't need to take it as serious because it's just going to come as it is.
Yeah, it's just like a part of life, basically.
Yeah. So being that there are three of you, how does the process work in the studio? Do one of you take over a specific task and pass on to the other, or is it just kind of everybody does everything? Does everyone do a little bit of everything? What is that like?
Yeah, it kind of depends. Usually, like the basis of Human Error would be like, because Wilson had the best like setup, like they had like desktop Mac and like would be, so we would like go to Wilson's house, and like usually Wilson would like have made a beat, or we would just like sit and make a beat together, just like kind of all giving input, taking turns like making stuff. Or a lot of the times now we'll just like we'll like have a demo or whatever, and then just like send it to our group chat and just be like, do you guys want to rap on this? And then like, you know, we'll just do it on our own time, kind of. But yeah, it's usually like the like Human Error like studio like sessions are like on like Wilson's like devices.
Yeah. I think a lot of the time it came from my computer, which it wouldn't be like the project. Like I would just have like a sample or something that I'd chopped, or like, you know, whatever. And then they would come and add like tons of input on it, and that would like form it into the real thing. And now it's more like we each have our own kind of producer language that we kind of can share, and then that becomes its own song. So like before it was definitely more of like all three of us, we needed to make sure that we were all okay with the same, like, you know, snare and stuff like that. But now it's just like, if someone has a beat and we all like it, we're just going to rap on it, and we don't see it another way.
Yeah. So for most people, you know, rapping stands out. And for you, although you do rap, why did producing stand out?
Earl Sweatshirt SRS is what inspired me to make beats, and then I just chopped samples until I was like good at it, and now that's like my main form of making beats, is just sampling other things, and that's like the biggest like inspiration for me, is just like sampling for any producer ever producing ever.
Yeah. And so growing up, you know, with the genre of hip hop and starting with the base of Earl Sweatshirt and Brockhampton and Tyler the Creator, what do you guys make of the genre nowadays? How do you feel like it is? Do you feel like it's good? Do you feel like there's room for improvement? What are your thoughts?
I think it's in a great space. I don't know. You can find whatever you want. You know, there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things. You just gotta search, you know? Like, there's a whole, like, I feel like whatever, like, is being shown, like, you know, mainstream, that's gonna be that, and, you know, it's always gonna be weird. But, like, I feel like especially Minneapolis too. Minneapolis is in a great spot with like music and like there's a lot of super cool people coming up. Bravo,
Shout out.
Linus,
Shout out.
the Mold Homies,
Shout out.
all
Mo.
the people like not even just rap, but like yeah, there's goats coming out the city and like Ajani,
Yeah.
all the goats.
Yeah, it's like just crazy kind of like how different it is for us like than it was like the way we've all evolved like in rap personally like our sound has like changed so much and it's like has just gone with the times sort of like of just like branching out and like yeah like the stuff that we all make like individually but then like also human error is like the stuff we make individually like, is like so different but like not at the same time. It's just like
It all bleeds together for what human error is, especially now, like in our new sound, because we haven't dropped music in a minute. Yeah. But like the newer stuff is definitely, it's just like all blending together really well.
Yeah.
You're not ready at all.
They're not ready.
Yeah. And being very involved in the Twin Cities music sphere and performing besides Mold, and I would assume a couple of bands that you've mentioned earlier, how would you describe Minneapolis and St. Paul's sound, and who would you recommend to people who are not from here to listen to?
Oh man. Well, there's like it depends when it comes to like rap, like there's just a lot of really like kind of generic stuff going on. But like I would definitely tell people to listen to Haroon and Pop Up By and Fruit Punch Lover Boy.
Ajani's good.
And Johnny.
That's lies. I feel like there's good rappers.
No, yeah, there's good. I'm hating.
Honestly, yeah,
but, like,
Kamari hits.
Yeah.
Kamari. Big Kia, shout out.
Sir Ja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Wisdom's fire.
Yeah.
I mess with Wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's there's so much good music that it's like can be
There's a lot of it. I think there's a lot of music just happening right now, so you're obviously going to get some misses. But
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, there's a lot, which means that there's going to be misses, but there's also like a lot to sift through to find like stuff that you enjoy. But like if you like, especially in Minneapolis, you can go to like any scene and find like something that you will enjoy, or like one band that has music out that you'll enjoy. So like I literally just recommend like if you know one band, go to their bills and then like just spread out from there, because bands will play with other bands that they like, and rappers the same. Like
Just go
Yeah.
outside, bro.
Come to a Linus
Be
show.
outside.
yeah,
Come to a Mold show.
Touch some grass.
come to a By Will Alone show.
Come to a Bible show.
You know,
No vibes.
So, being that it's been a while since you've released a single, what have you been working on throughout the last few months, and can audiences expect to hear an album anytime soon?
Low-key, I mean, we've talked about like albums soon, like a lot. But like we literally were just talking before this, like when we get back, we should like lock in and like put together tracks. But we've been like very focused on our like solo stuff lately. Like we're just making so much music, and like not as much like human error.
yeah, I think the solo music has been coming first a lot, and I think that's a good thing because we're all figuring out how to move forward with human error. But that by no way means obviously that like human error is ending, because we're still making like new stuff all the time. It's just like it's what really sticks for us is gonna see like the release, I guess.
Yeah.
I will say, I feel like also one thing, like especially with bands too, like you don't see a lot in like groups and working with groups, is like I feel like when it came to like how we worked on music in a group, our communication skills and like different aspects with that were very different and not the same as they were today. And I feel like since it's been a while since we like worked on music, it's kind of like finding a new way to really like work with that and like figure out something that like, you know, how to like how to put input in certain places with our music, and like how to have like kind of like a more healthy relationship when it comes to like how we create music and stuff like that too. You know?
True.
So that's to say,
Album
music's
soon.
coming.
Music
Like,
is always
for
coming.
surely.
Don't get it twisted.
Wait on it.
Because the new
Like
stuff
Takeoff.
is the craziest.
RP.
So before I let you all go, I want to get an opinion on something. Who is the most overrated rapper? Who is the most underrated rapper or producer?
Hard hitting questions.
I hate Two Hollis, bro. I hate him so much. He makes me so
He not a
mad.
rapper. He not a rapper.
Tell her story. Oh my god! Like, there's certain people where it's just like, oh my god.
Okay, I
that
gotta
whole
think of
opium scene.
Yeah, Osama son, bro. Like,
Osa
Yeah,
Ma-
no,
yeah,
oh
Osa
my
Mason.
God.
Osa
come
Mason.
on, bro.
This is
Osama
okay.
son.
I will. Okay.
We want smoke,
let
right?
Me, let me.
Smoke.
I feel like something needs to be cleared up. When it comes to hip hop and it comes to rap, there is a lot of negativity that is being thrown around, and I will say, we got to stop the hate when it comes to hip hop, and it's all about love these days.
Facts.
You know, but
But
Mason,
Mason.
and yeah, it's just like, yeah, I will recommend Stiffy out of Argentina as a
Yes, sir.
replacement for Osa Mason.
Yes.
Listen to Stiffy, listen to Agus Fortnite out of Argentina
Yes, sir.
to replace your Stiffy addiction, or to replace your
Osa
Osa
Mason,
Mason
yeah.
addiction.
Okay,
We
but,
all gotta hit like one, good and bad.
Okay,
Good.
what's your underrated? Underrated.
Underrated?
It's Stiffy. He just
Oh yeah.
No, Isaac Heaven.
Isaac Heaven.
He can rap for 7 minutes, whole freestyles, and like, I sent him a track once. I was like, yo, you want to feature on this? He sent it back like within an hour, like under an hour. The greatest feature ever. He's like so prolific, and he needs to release more music. He needs to get back all those projects and put them on streaming. Yeah, check out Isaac Heaven.
True. What's yours, Wilson? Okay, like overrated. Osama son, that whole crew, like. Sorry. Can Summers, all that.
Yeah,
all that.
Nah. Slay World. Nah.
more like
Finish the sentence.
But underrated. Nyante. Y'all gotta listen to Nyante. He's the GOAT. Although he's been getting some more traction recently, but like still very underrated.
What do y'all think about the new 454 tape? Have y'all listened to that?
I cannot say that I have.
Thumbs
We
up.
got a thumbs
Thumbs
up.
up.
We got
for
a
Randy.
thumbs up in
That's
the back.
good. That's good. That thing was insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Check it out.
454.
4542. Yeah,
Is
honestly,
definitely.
T Screen.
But I feel like
Also.
I was gonna say
'Cause,
Tisa
like,
Korean is
People
like
just know
my
insane.
underrated
the dip and like
and a mop.
and the mob.
Like
Yeah.
he's TikTok OG,
No, he's legend.
but
legend.
that's what I'm saying. He's legendary. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna have a unmatched wave.
Yeah.
But
God.
overrated. Overrated.
Ian.
Overrated gotta be Rod Wave.
Oh, Rod Wave good. Rod Wave is good for society. We need more men rapping or singing. We need more men singing. Like,
We
bro,
need less Rod Wave, but more men singing.
we need more singers in this world. We need more R&B singers, especially like, yeah, because like they need to be putting their heart out. But sorry.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah. What about what's your underrated? Tisa?
Underrated's Tisa,
Yeah.
Korean, the GOAT.
The GOAT.
He knows how to rap and make a good beat. And
Yeah.
that's the best thing ever when a rapper knows how to make a good beat and then rap on it.
True.
That is true.
All right.
Colorado, underrated.
Rod
Local.
overrated.
He was.
GOAT.
Was like-
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, thank you, Human Air, for joining us once again. It was really fun. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have
Have a
Appreciate
good
it.
one. Live vibes.
Local
big
vibes.
Local
We out.
vibes. We out.
Wait on it.
Sorry, that was bad.
R.I.P.